Drew here, back again per last week's video. We are launching our first episode today of the series Insurance 101. Today's episode is going to be over your liability limits. I don't want to waste any time, so let's get right into it. What is liability insurance? What does it do? What it does is it pays for injuries, death, and property damage to the other party due to your at-fault accident. Who is covered is going to be you, the owner of the vehicle, and anyone in your family that lives in your household. Now, that's not specific to each company, so what I would recommend is for you to go back and look through your company's declarations pages for your coverages, so that you know exactly who is and who is not covered, as each company has their own rules and guidelines when it comes to drivers of a vehicle. Liability insurance can be broken down into three parts. The first part being bodily injury coverage. What this coverage will do is help pay necessary medical expenses to the other party, again, due to your fault in the accident. There are two types of bodily injury coverages, depending on which company you go through. One is called a single limit policy, and one is called a split limit policy. With a single limit policy, you'll probably see just one value there in your bodily injury. It'll just say something like $500,000, and what that means is you have $500,000 through your insurance company to pay out damages, no matter which way it's split up. It could be divided any which way. The max that you have, however, would be $500,000. The second way is the split limit policy, and what that's going to say is a value backslash another value. So for example, we'll use Ohio's state minimum requirement for bodily injury coverage, which is $25,000 / $50,000. What this means is that you're getting $25,000 per person from your insurance company in an at-fault accident to pay for damages, for medical expense damages, with a total of $50,000. So each person that you injure in an at-fault accident can only receive up to the first number per person, in this instance $25,000. The total payout for all parties would be $50,000. So again, that is the difference between single and split limit coverage. The second part in your liability coverage is going to be property damage. That is a pretty simple coverage there to understand. Essentially, all that means is your insurance is going to pay for the property damage that you have caused to someone else's property, and that could be their vehicle, that could be their house, it could be anything that is someone else's property. Your property damage is going to cover, and you will see a limit there for that as well. They will only pay up to that limit. Anything over that, we will go over as a part of your financial responsibility here in just a few minutes. Let's see here. Sorry, just looking at my notes, making sure that I don't forget anything. The third part of your liability insurance is going to be referred to as medical payments, or condensed version, they sometimes refer to it as med pay. What this pays for is for you and your passengers in your vehicle, necessary medical expenses up to the limit stated on your auto policy, no matter who's at fault. So an example, you're at fault in an accident, and you have you and some friends, or you and some family members in your vehicle, and you are personally injured. Your friend, your family members, they are also personally injured. Your medical payments section of your insurance policy will provide coverage and payments to the injured parties up to the specified amount. Let's see here. The big thing that I was going back to, if you don't have enough, again, I said Ohio's legal state minimum required liability insurance to legally drive on the roads is going to be $25,000, $50,000. If you don't have enough, if you cause an accident and the medical expenses are way greater than $25,000 per person, $50,000 for the entire occurrence. Let's say you cause the accident and there's two people in the vehicle. Person one has $50,000 in medical payments. Person two has $50,000 in medical payments. Each person is only going to get $25,000. That leaves $25,000 per person for a total of $50,000 still needed to be paid. Well, since the accident was your fault, what's going to happen is you're legally held responsible, obviously, for the medical, the property, and legal costs that accrue because of your negligence in an at-fault accident. What they can do is they can essentially come after your home, your car, and any other assets that you have in order to get that money. Furthermore, they can also garnish your present and future wages in order to return what they are losing because you didn't have enough insurance coverage to pay for their medical expenses or property damage. That is a very scary thing. Nobody wants an accident that again is an accident to fall back on them and their insurance not cover everything, and now you're losing out for damages for years to come. Furthermore, if the person that you have injured is no longer capable of working the job that they had worked before, let's say they're injured so badly that they can't go back to physically doing or mentally doing the job that they already had, that also plays a factor. Now they're losing out on that income for whatever their age is now till retirement. Another thing that plays into factor in terms of what you are going to have to pay back. So definitely look over your current policies. Make sure that you understand the liability portion of your policies. And if you have questions specifically for me or want more of an explanation, I would love to chat with you. Just feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me directly in a message. I hope this was a little bit of good, helpful information. This is our first episode. Next week, I'm going to continue on with our personal auto policy and get into something that is very confusing to a lot of people, but is also quite simple. I think that people misunderstand kind of how it works, and that is going to be your deductibles. So next week, plan on watching a video on deductibles. Between now and then, please like, share everything above, and any questions that you have, again, drop a comment below or send me a message. I hope you guys have a great day and an awesome weekend. We'll talk to you soon.